This is what 5 a.m. looks like in Bellingham during the summer. And this is what 9 p.m. looks like in Bellingham during the summer. And honestly, this is why people have such a hard time leaving once they actually move here. For most of the year, people talk about the rain, they talk about the gray skies, and the long winters. But when summer finally arrives, Bellingham completely transforms into a complete different city. You can finish a full workday and still have 5 or 6 hours of daylight left over. And in this video, I want to show you exactly why so many people fall in love with Bellingham every single summer. And before we jump into everything that makes summer in Bellingham so special, I want to say this. So every single week, my wife and I have the opportunity to talk with people from all over the country who are considering a move to Bellingham and Whatcom County. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Aldo with the Levain Real Estate Team and Windermere here in Bellingham. We answer questions, we show people around town, help them explore neighborhoods, and really figure out if this is the area right fit for their lifestyles and what they're actually looking for. We live here, we work here, we're raising our family here. I've been here since I was a kid, and honestly, we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving to Bellingham or anywhere here in Whatcom County and you like to talk through your plans, ask questions, or simply learn more about the area, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call me, you can text me, email me, you can go over to levainteam.com/contact, fill out the contact form, and we'll schedule a time to chat. Not only that, all the information is going to be down below in the description of this video. All right, let's talk about why people fall in love with Bellingham every single summer. And don't get me wrong, our winters aren't very good. I'm very transparent. Not very many people like January, February, but once spring comes and then summer, it is amazing. It's phenomenal. And one of the things I think most people underestimate about summer here in Bellingham is just how much extra daylight changes your lifestyle. We go from having a couple of hours of daylight, it seems, to almost all day. And it's not uncommon for the sun to be coming up before 5 a.m. and setting around 9 or 9:30 p.m. And honestly, growing up here, I didn't realize how unique that was. And I remember being a kid and playing outside until 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. And 4th of July, fireworks don't even go off until 10 or 10:30, only because it's still light out and we need the darkness in order to see the fireworks. It was just normal. But now as an adult, I appreciate even more, especially with 3 young kids and being able to have that extra time after bedtime. But right now I wake up around 5 a.m. to go to the gym, and during summer, it already feels like the day has started. You wake up energized, you get your workout in, and then after work, you still have plenty of time and so many hours to be able to be outside, hang out with your family, to go to a brewery. And I think that's one of the biggest differences people notice when they move here. They are shocked when they walk out at 9 p.m. and there's still plenty of daylight out. You go to work, you finish your day, and then you still have enough time to head to the lake, to go to the hike, to grab dinner with friends, or take a walk down the waterfront, or have just an extra long date night. And honestly, I think that's one of the reasons people fall in love with summers here in Bellingham. So in this video, I'm gonna break down into 7 different categories on why I think Bellingham is the best place. There's hands down, obviously we're in the Pacific Northwest, but Bellingham truly, no one really leaves Bellingham for summer vacations because they want to be here. Yeah, I mean, they might travel a couple hours here, but they're not flying to Florida or California, Arizona, or Mexico. People stay here, and it's the other way around where people are flying into Bellingham, the Pacific Northwest, to be here. So being outside, let's talk about one of the biggest lifestyle upgrades people experience after moving here, and those are the lakes. We have 3 lakes here, Lake Padden, Lake Samish, and the most popular and biggest is going to be Lake Whatcom. And one of the things I've noticed with a lot of people moving here is they spend way more time outdoors than they did wherever they came from. And Lake Whatcom is a big reason. On warmer summer days, it honestly feels like half the city is there, or at Lake Padden. Lake Sandwich is a little smaller, more private, but people are paddleboarding, they're kayaking, they're swimming, boating, laying out on Blowdale Donovan, or just hanging out with friends and family, because that whole Blowdale has been redone with volleyball courts. You have extra docks, new park, You have actual lifeguards there now, which is great. And what I love is you don't need some expensive boat or membership to really enjoy it. Yes, there is a boat launch if you do have one, but you can literally finish work, throw a paddleboard into your car or a kayak and be out in the water within a few minutes. And it's a big, gigantic lake. And Lake Padden is another favorite. It's a little bit smaller. Well, actually, it's a lot smaller. It's about a 3-mile walk around, so it takes about an hour or so to go there. But you can do the same thing. Get your kids. It's more of like a hangout picnic style. You can swim there, and you can just go and do all these fun things. And I think that's what Bellingham is so unique, is because we have so much water around us, and usable water, not just the bay and the islands. Now, if the lakes aren't enough, this is where Bellingham really starts separating itself, and it's the outdoor adventure here, and it's honestly ridiculous. So let's start with Artist Point. A lot of people, this is kind of almost a hidden gem for people that move here. The locals really know it, but I've taken a lot of friends, family members, and clients up over the years, and almost every single time the reaction is exactly the same. They get out of the car, they look around, and they say, I can't believe this is only an hour from your house and from Bellingham in general. And honestly, I get it. It's beautiful up there. If people are wanting to go to a hike and you don't like going up there and you don't know how to ski or snowboarder, it's a beautiful hike, and it's way up into the mountain near Mount Baker. You got alpine views in every direction. You got hiking trails everywhere, and sometimes you still find snow sitting around in the middle of summer. And you got little cool ponds and lakes up there as well. It's beautiful. And the crazy thing is, this isn't some once in a lifetime vacation destination. It's literally in your backyard. So if you don't mind an hour drive, Artist Point is a phenomenal place to go. And beyond Artist Point, you've got incredible hikes like the Oyster Dome. Oyster Dome is a huge spot that people can overlook the whole entire city, and Fragrance Lake. Definitely Oyster Dome gives you the best views of all of Western Washington. Fragrance Lake is a little easier, more family friendly. So that's a little bit better of a hike if you do have little ones. Oyster Dome is a little bit longer. And then of course you're gonna have Galbraith Mountain. There are people who literally move to Bellingham because of Galbraith. If they don't wanna go up to Whistler and move and be in Canada, they come here, and it's such a big destination. So they literally come here not because of a job, not because of family, because of mountain biking. It is crazy. For those of you who are thinking like, really? That doesn't seem like it. Yes. Galbraith is a destination, and people literally want to be in a certain neighborhood just so they can be near Galbraith Mountain. Then you've got Chuckanut, a lot of interurban trails, trail running, biking, and you have recreation, enough recreation to keep you busy essentially for a lifetime. And you don't have to be some cyclist enthusiast or paddleboard freak or whatnot, but definitely this is an area, if you want to be outdoors and like being outdoors, it's almost impossible to be bored, which is really nice. And I see that with a lot of people moving here who are retiring. They're not out there jumping on mountain bikes and doing all these crazy activities, but they just want to be outside, and this is the place for it. So I think one of the most undervalued things here in Bellingham is going to be the community. And as incredible the scenery is, the community here is phenomenal. One thing that surprises people after they move here is how quickly Bellingham starts to feel like home, because we have such friendly people here. And I think Downtown Sounds is probably the perfect example of that, because every Wednesday evening throughout the summer, downtown fills up with thousands of people. May not be that much, but it feels like it. You've got live music, you got food trucks, beer gardens, of course, local businesses staying open later, and honestly, it feels like the entire city really does come together. And it's such a cool, fun thing to do, especially in such a small town. So you'll see families, college students, retirees, young professionals, and visitors all in the same place enjoying the evening, which is really fun. And of course, the long nights make it even better. It's one of those events that reminds you Bellingham is still a community, and it comes here once a week to celebrate. Now, of course, I can't explain everything that happens here in Bellingham or the summer in this 10 or 12-minute video, but you've got the Bellingham Farmers Market every single Saturday, which is huge, fresh produce. You've got people, local businesses selling whatever their product is. Everybody's there. It's fun. They close down the street, so that is really nice. You also have the Northwest Washington Fair in Linden happening every single summer, which is 20 minutes away. The other closest one is almost 2.5 hours away, so it's really special that it's so close to us. The Raspberry Festival. Essentially, summer in Whatcom County isn't just about getting outside. It's about being around people and the people that you want to be around. So let's talk about the breweries and social life. And after a full day outside, this is usually where a lot of locals end up, and that's the breweries. So one thing I've come to appreciate about Bellingham is how easy it is to have a good evening here. So some of my favorite memories aren't big events. They're not huge. Obviously, we don't have big concerts, but they're just random Tuesday nights, meeting friends after work, going out. We can golf, you can grab a beer, let your kids run around, sitting outside, you're having a drink, and it's so nice in those warm summer nights that the days feel so long. And watching my kids run around until almost late at night is priceless. And honestly, Trackside might be the perfect example of that. So Trackside is a great, I've done other videos on Trackside, so please make sure to take a look at it. You've got food trucks, family mountain views, kids on the pump track, and people just hanging out, and they have literally the best ice cream there. Fight me on that, but I love the ice cream there. It feels more like a community gathering place than a brewery. They do have the food trucks, and it's a huge park there on Waypoint Park, and that's kind of what Bellingham is in a nutshell. You go somewhere everybody is at, and you're celebrating, you're just having fun. But you also have other great spots like Wander Brewing. They have a great peach IPA. They have Structures Brewing, Boundary Bay, and a bunch of others. But honestly, the brewery isn't really the point. It's really the people. When you go there, the brewery is there, the beer is good, but once you get there with your friends and having the conversation, the atmosphere is really great. Now, you've probably seen some videos of what Bellingham is in the waterfront. And if somebody gave me 3 hours to convince them to move to Bellingham, Fairhaven is probably where I'd take them to begin with, because it is amazing. Seriously, we'd grab a coffee, we walk through the boulevard, we go through Fairhaven. It's completely clean. We love Fairhaven. There's so many cute shops out there. There's good food, restaurant, and the walkability is amazing. Good views as well. And just take in the waterfront, because this is usually the moment people start really picturing themselves living here in Bellingham when you're at the boardwalk. And you can go ahead and go to restaurants near the boardwalk, and you're not spending $50 or $100 per plate like you might in some other areas just because you're on the water. And whether you're walking, you're running, grabbing dinner, or simply on a bench just watching the sunset, this is one of those places that remind you why people love living here in Bellingham. Now, in my other videos, one of the pros I've had about Bellingham is the proximity to everything and having weekend adventures. And the crazy thing is, some of the best adventures aren't even in Bellingham. You know, obviously Bellingham is only so big, and one of the things I didn't really fully appreciate growing up here was how much access we have to incredible places. Vancouver is up the road. My wife and I just went up to Whistler here last weekend, and it's only a 2.5 hour drive. You have world-class restaurants up there in Canada. You have sporting events. You have Stanley Park. You have concerts, which is really nice. You can see big major artists. And one of the most beautiful cities in North America. It's quite large, but it's so beautiful and really nice up there. And like I mentioned, we went up to Whistler. There's so much that you can do. Most people plan an entire vacation around visiting Whistler, and it's only 2.5 hours away. Not only is it super nice up there in Whistler, but it's almost 30% off. The exchange rate right now is almost getting 30% off, which is really nice. But you can mountain bike, you can swim, you can go and just out there and relax. They have great spas, they have great golfing, and it really is something if you want to move up into more like a resort area and just kind of experience that. It is phenomenal. And the drive up there is 2.5 hours long, and it's quite a big destination, especially if you want to ski, snowboard. In the summertime, you can take the gondola. Mountain biking is insane up there. Red Bull puts on an event there every single year. So it's something you definitely want to check out if you're gonna be living here in Bellingham. And besides that, of course, you got the San Juan Islands. You just jump on a ferry, spend the day exploring one of the most unique places in the Pacific Northwest, and it's the islands here. So most people would plan an entire vacation around places that are basically within a few hours of Bellingham, which is really nice. And that's one of the biggest advantages of living here in Bellingham. And honestly, this is why people survive the gray winters, because I always tell people it feels like a drug, because The summers will suck you back in. The summers will, when they finally arrive, Bellingham becomes a version of the city everybody waits for. The lakes fill up, downtown Sounds is back. Everything opens up, the patios are packed, the beer, you're outside, the trails get busy. And I'm not talking about a destination busy, it's not that packed. But it feels like everybody is outside enjoying life and everybody is super happy. So if you're considering moving to Bellingham and you want help figuring out which neighborhood, which city or lifestyle fits you best, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I've been in real estate for 10 years now, helping a majority of my clients to find me on YouTube. So my wife and I help people relocate here every single week, and we'd love the opportunity to help you out. So if that is you, don't be afraid to call or text me. People do it all the time. All my information is gonna be down below. And like I said, you can find the link for our contact page in the description of this video. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this, make sure you like and subscribe. Once again, my name is Aldo. I'm here with the Levain real estate team in Bellingham and Whatcom County. And